to Prison Architect. We're on the prison stories and we're gonna do death row. It says we've been contracted to build an execution chamber at this prison in time for the scheduled execution of one Edward Romsey, currently serving life for double premeditated murder. In this chapter, you will learn the basics of construction, room requirements, and utilities. The CEO. As I said, we need a cell and an execution room inside our new building. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. You can build brick walls by returning to the Walls and Doors menu. Press left to open the construction menu, then select Walls and Doors. So there's the construction menu, Walls and Doors. We're gonna come over here where we are needed. This is the new building he spoke of. And just on these squares, this is where we're gonna build the new walls. And this is partitioning the area for what it is needed. Okay, and they're gonna teach us this, but kind of advanced. We're gonna speed up the time just so the walls get built a little bit faster. Now we should receive a phone call. Good work. Now add large jail doors to those dividing walls. You'll need to rotate one of these large jail doors before you place it. You can do this by clicking L3. Okay, so now we're going to access the construction Walls and Doors again. This time it's only the doors available. We're going to put one here, rotate it right there, and get out of that. And now we're going to speed up time again, just to get the things built faster. They have to order it, it arrives, and then it gets installed. That's looking good. We now need to designate the room type of each room in our new building so that everyone knows what each room is to be used for. Use the Rooms menu to designate a cell in the smaller area where our condemned inmate will rest until it's time to perform the execution. Then designate the execution room itself in the larger area. Once again, construction. Now we go to Rooms. This is going to be the execution area. This is going to be the cell area. And that is done instantaneously. Those new rooms have requirements before they become functional. The cell needs to contain a bed and a toilet at a bare minimum to meet the legal requirements. The execution room obviously requires an electric chair if it is to be used to perform executions. You can find all of these objects in the Objects menu. To add new objects to a room, press left to open the construction menu and select Objects. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We got a bed. A toilet. And the electric chair. Once again, we're going to speed up time so they can be built. And now while they're being built, we will wait. And here it comes. There we go. Another phone call. Here we go. That's the essentials taken care of. but there are still a few improvements you could make. It's up to you though. These aren't strictly required. It depends how much you care about your prisoners and their environment. The cell itself could be improved with an outward facing window and a small bookshelf. And the facility would look better with a higher quality floor material like wooden floorboards or mosaic tiles. Outside, you could add some lighting and a paved pathway if you think it needs it. This is the man in question, Edward Romsey, a teacher once, would you believe. It's not our place to decide if he deserves this. The law has made that decision. We're just here to do a job. Once you are satisfied the facility is ready, you can begin the prisoner transfer to his new cell. Simply place the cursor on the snapshot in his cell and press X to initiate the transfer. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here to the execution area. And what are the things they said? They said flooring, which wooden floor. We can do the wooden floor here. We'll do that there. We can do ceramic tile in the cell. Should do wooden floor here and here as well. And maybe some fancy tiles on the outside. We're gonna do fancy tiles here too because that's outside the cell. Okay, and then concrete tiles for our pathway. Maybe go like that or like that. Or how about just like that? Let's go like that. Let's do some objects. How are the lights done? Usually in the corner. Let's put one right here. And an outward facing window. Let's do one right there. Bookshelf. Then now that all that's done, speed it up. I won't go to the fastest one right now because it's already almost done. Look at that. Looks like the worker's sleeping on the bed. Okay, now we should get a phone call. Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go. Now we should be getting a phone call. Or we might be waiting for this. Yo. Here we go. Okay. What else is there to do? Build a light. Oh, I gotta build one more light. Okay, hang on. Let's do one more light right there, and then we should be good. Sorry, I push L1, and it brings up my to-do list. There's two pending, the lights and the transfer. Here we go, we got that. Now, this is what I was waiting for, the CEO. That looks much better. It's important to go the extra mile like this. A well-designed prison is a slightly happier prison. Okay, so we have everything done. Just one thing to do, and that is select the snapshot. The chief is calling. Don't shed one tear for this guy. He's a stone cold killer. Guilty as charged. He even confessed. Wanna know what he did? It's juicy stuff. It was around 11 p.m. The lights were already on. I knew she was home. I knew I'd catch you two here. Edward, Don't. Just don't. What are you going to do? Not gonna lie, yo, that was ice cold. Clear as day, if you ask me. Deserves every volt he's gonna get. And this is the priest. All men deserve forgiveness, even him. Are you so sure in yourself that you can deal out such final judgment? Catching your wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. And he went there with a loaded gun, knowing he'd find them together. That's double premeditated murder. He's done nothing but cooperate with authorities. The state is making an example of him. If he'd committed his crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment instead. How's that justice? Do you want a guy like this running free? I'll sleep just fine at night when I know he's gone. The CEO says, good work so far. However, there is one problem. The execution room isn't operational yet because it doesn't have any power. We need to connect it directly to the power station that supplies our prison with its electricity. We are now viewing the prison in the underground view. In this view, you can see the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison is connected to the power grid by these thick underground electrical cables shown in green. Power is provided to the prison by this power station, which draws electricity from the national grid. As you can see, this entire cell block is without power. To fix this problem, we first need to switch back to the underground view to understand why the lights are without power. The nearest electrical cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this area. You need to extend the electrical cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. To construct new electrical cables, press left to open the construction menu and then select power supply. Place electrical cables in the highlighted areas to provide power for this cell block ASAP. So we're going to go to construction menu, we're going to come over to power supply. And this will be an easy fix. We're just gonna go like this, bam. We're gonna say let there be light and speed it up. Oh no, I slowed it down. Wrong way, wrong way. speed it up. Here we go. Here they come with the wires. Okay, now we got power to the wing. Here we go, CEO. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. Your new electric chair does too. Use some more electrical cables to connect the execution facility to the power station. The electric chair itself is a special type of electrical item. It requires its own dedicated power supply. This means that you'll need to connect it up directly with the electrical cables. Okay, let's do this. Power supply, electric cables, let's go down here. And then, oh yeah, I see this little node here. There we go. And let's speed it up. Okay, now they're laying the wires. Okay, now we're hooked up. That took care of the lights too, for the whole building. We're almost done, I think. We should test the new execution room at least once before we try to use it though. I'm just going to turn it on for a few seconds, make sure everything is okay. Oops. Blackout. Well, that didn't work. Looks like we drew too much power and tripped a circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is dark. We're going to need more juice to be able to handle the power spike that the electric chair generates. Adding capacitors to our power station allows it to handle having more electrical items connected to it. Build 3 more capacitors around this power station so it has enough capacity to handle us turning on the electric chair. To add extra capacitors, we press left and select the power supply menu again. Okay, construction menu. Gotta go to the power. Here we go, capacitors. Okay, we got room for 3, so we're gonna put them all down. And then we're gonna speed it up. Now we've made those improvements, we should be able to get the power back up and running. So let's give it a go. Switch the power station back on by placing the cursor over it and pressing X. Looks like the lights are back on all over the prison, which is a good sign. Now we need to test the electric chair again and hope the power station copes with the extra load this time. Testing the electric chair is easy. You just need to switch it on. Place the cursor over it and press the X button. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Try not to worry about what happens next. Oh, sorry, the priest. He says, "Can I help you?" Edward doesn't say anything. "Are you looking for forgiveness?" Edward, "I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done." The priest, "You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You will never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past." Edward, "I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me." The priest, "God will forgive you no matter what you have done if you ask him to. But you must answer for your crimes in the eyes of the law. There is no other way." The priest, "It is time, Edward. You have done the right thing, even though this world will not forgive you for it. You will be with God soon. He will have the final judgment on you." "Chief, Edward Ramsey, you have been found guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say?" Edward, "Susan, I'm sorry." And that was Death Row. I will be doing the next one, Palermo, soon, in the next day or so, hopefully. Maybe even later on today if I have time. So shout out to my family. That was a little dark, dealing with different things, the death penalty and double murder and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty heavy. So reach out if you need support. And we will continue with Palermo, however you pronounce it. I'll try and figure it out before I do the video. But we'll continue our prison stories with Palermo next. So with that being said, shout out to my family, don't catch COVID, and God save Ukraine. Peace out.